YouTube? Welcome back to another video today, and today have I got something for you. We have got all of these parts to go ahead and put on our E90 335i with the N54. We're going to be looking for those big horsepower numbers. We're trying to get up to at least 700 wheel on this car. Now, there's one catch to that. My brother, he's building one as well. He's going to be building it on this channel, and well, we're going to see what happens when you have a low mileage car that, you know, he paid a little bit more than I did for mine, and he went and bought a Speed Tech kit, and I got an On3 kit, and I got a good deal on it. Brand new. Everything's brand new on it. But we got a good deal on that, and we're going to see what happens when they're both built, the difference in power that they make, and we're going to be comparing all of this. So stick along for this video, and we're going to be opening all of these parts, and I'm going to show you what it all is. And this is going to be a whole series. We're both going to be building our cars, you know, having videos on everything we do to them. And sorry, my phone's going off. That's my brother right now. But yeah, we're going to just have fun making these videos, and stick along for the ride, and let's start unboxing these. So we're going to start off with what I think is kind of the biggest part of this build. Well, two big parts. I still have to order some more parts like the fueling. I need the manifold and the injectors for that. We already have, I'd say, 90% of the parts for this build, but you still gotta get the last few things together, but those won't be needed until about the end of the build. So we're just gonna wait on those, and I'm gonna order those probably in the next couple days here. That way we can get everything going, and the goal is to have this car done by October, and we can both have the series done. Eventually the car is gonna be manual swapped. Right now it is a 6-speed auto, so that's the downside on my car, but we're going to change that with a manual swap at some point when we can find a good deal on one. So here's the first part I want to start with. We have the On3 Single turbo kit. I'm going to unbox all the parts to it and show you that. So I originally was going to get the 6466 from them with the billet wheel and the dual ball bearing. With the owner, Chad, he recommended we try the GT35, and if I want to, I can go get the 6466 from him. But we're gonna give this a try, see how it does, and should spool a little faster. And from my research, we should be able to make that 700 wheel horsepower target on this just fine. Now it's a T3 exhaust manifold, so you don't get the twin scroll T4 on this. So that we're gonna compare the Speed Tech to this because my brother has a 6466, and we're gonna see the spool times on all that. The welds on this manifold, they look really good, and if I had better lighting you could see in there, they go through all the way, penetrate very well. Got V-band clamp for this connection here. This is kind of like a flex pipe, so we're gonna see all the fitting on this when it goes on, make a whole video of all this build of the whole car. Now just a aluminum Mickey Mouse flange for the cooling system that I got. Couple upgrades, PCV valve there, billet parts, clip for, I'm going to be using the aluminum upgraded OEM style intake, and not the one that came with the On3 kit, so just got a new one of those, and new downpipe gaskets for the new downpipe. So we'll be using those. I got, this is actually an Amazon aluminum valve cover, and then I got the Felpro gasket, and I ordered some OEM bolts, and we're gonna use blue Loctite, crank these down, blue Loctite, and send it from there. Hopefully they don't back out. They shouldn't with the Loctite, so we should be good there. That's the biggest downside I've heard to these Amazon aluminum valve covers. The machining actually looks pretty good on it. Mine doesn't seem to have all the burrs that I've seen other people talk about. You can see around there. It's well machined, and they actually had pretty good quality control on this, so I am happy with that. This comes with the On3 kit here. So silicone couplers for, I think some of these are for from the intercooler, but also the charge pipe here. And I'm not going to be using this one. Like I said, I'm going to use the OEM style that came with that I already bought, the aluminum upgraded charge pipe. So I just like the clip better, not to have to worry about those hose clamps or the clamps on the silicone hoses blowing off. These are all the oil fittings, oil lines, coolant line for the turbo kit, and the fittings and block off plates are in there. So that's just a bag that came with that. Get that moment. I'm gonna go through the turbo kit, and then I'm gonna go through all the other parts that I got. So we're just gonna keep going through this. So, and I already opened all this stuff previously, just looking at it, checking it all out, because I've had it for about a month. So this is the open dump wastegate, or wastegate tube. So its welds look great as well, and all the fittings, so very pleased with that. The down pipe here, and I have to say that the down pipe is absolutely massive. I think it's 3-inch. You can see the welds on the inside there a little better. And I'm probably gonna do something about this one here for the O2 sensor, because I've heard it aims pretty much straight at the ground. I'm gonna see if they make like a 90-degree fitting and spacer that I can put on there. That way I don't have to worry about it ripping off the car, since it's gonna be lower too. Put these back in the box. Now we can get on to the other parts that come in the turbo kit. Move this out of the way. So, go to the blow-off valve. And I have an HKS blow-off valve on the car right now, so not sure if I'm gonna run this or not, but just show you what it looks like so you can see it. So this is basically, it looks like the new style tile blow-off valve. I might run it, just see how it is. If I have any problems, I can just easily swap it out. Blow-off valves are easy enough, especially the V-band style. Comes with all the different parts for it as well. Extra springs, fittings, clamp for it. So yeah, that's the blow-off valve. It's nice. I'd say we'll see how it is, and I'll run it for a little while just to get a review on it. Alright. And then here is the wastegate. This guy comes double boxed. I already had this on and mounted it onto there just to see the fitment on it, but there's the wastegate for you. And I would say that this, I believe that this is a 44 millimeter. Yeah, 44 millimeter. Yeah, this should hopefully be enough, and we won't get any boost creep there. So we're gonna run this one for a while. If I need to make any changes, I'll probably switch to a Turbo Smart wastegate. This is, you know, me and my brother are doing something fun. We wanted to make a series and turn this into, you know, cheap versus expensive build for an E90, where I'm trying to do it for as little as I can, and you know, he spent a little bit more on getting a little bit higher quality parts. Not that these are cheap parts by any means, but these are more budget friendly options. Now here, this is the power steering reservoir, the billet replacement for it. So this is very nice to come with the kit, especially for the price that you get the kit for compared to the Speed Tech. I do like this, and even my brother, he's trying to get one of these as well. So that's a very nice piece to have come with it. Now the next big piece, or I guess it's the last piece left from the turbo kit here, I'm just gonna leave it over here in the box. That is a massive 7-inch intercooler. Now it's, I'll go ahead and flip it up, show you the fins on it. Not the spring down, but the fin density isn't phenomenal, but it's definitely going to be better than the stock one that I have on the car right now, so that's for sure. The next thing is we have pretty much got everything here to revamp the suspension on this car. So H&R Sport lower end springs for the E90 all the way around. We have Bilstein shocks, the Sport suspension, just OEM replacement. Got those all the way around. This is all very important to replace. The car has 200,000 miles on it, so these are the rear strut mounts. This, I believe, is for the front struts mounting hardware. And then these are the front strut mounts for the top. So got all of those so that we could have all the proper mounting hardware for replacing the struts and just making the suspension in the car feel like new again. And actually, I'm gonna move this. We're gonna get into this box right here next. So here I got new control arms, the upper and lower for the driver and passenger side, and these things are nice. So new ball joints all the way around. We may end up having to get a few more new parts for the suspension, and we might need to get a wheel bearing at some point. My ABS light just turned on, so I'm gonna try a new wheel speed sensor first. If not, the steering angle sensor, something like that. It's got to be one of those things, but we'll try replacing those, see what happens. The last part, these are some goodies. So got the motive reflex for the car, so this way we can have port injection. And with that, I got here the flex fuel sensor in line down there, the wiring for the fuel line and hooking everything up. So with all the parts, I'm gonna get 750cc Bosch EV14 injectors for the car. So we're gonna be able to push a lot more fuel in. I'm gonna get a billet aluminum intake, not a billet one, but an aluminum intake manifold that has the option to put port injection in. Run it through the motive, plenty of fuel for the turbo, the new turbo, and hopefully we can get to 750 horsepower. I'm gonna give you a clip of the car, just want to give you a quick cold start, and hope you'll subscribe, like this video, and stick around for the whole series as we get going on this. We're gonna videotape everything, so might be a month or two for all the videos to get out, but we're gonna be I got videos on my SV1000 coming probably within the next couple days, and then on top of that I'm gonna have some riding videos showing you how to, you know, some car videos coming. We got an old Fox body that we're getting, so we're going to be restoring the Fox body and just bringing it back to its glory days. But yeah, like and subscribe and stick around for more.